Hi and welcome back to my playthrough of Last Night on Earth, the zombie game, and I'm using the unofficial solo variant. It seems there was some, I don't know, maybe I've misspoken during the last episode, but the solo variant I'm playing is definitely not an official one, but it kind of is, because I think it's well regarded in the community, being basically the solo cooperative variant that is out there for this game. With that being said, I think we are almost good to go. There were, of course, some small or maybe not so small goofs, and I don't really think I can recover from them all. Of course, I could take things back quite a bit. One I caught pretty much doing the last minute of my last video or so, this locked door event, which I then thankfully corrected that right off the bat. I may have done something different with Jenny, but yeah, I don't want to cheat too much. But I think the more important piece was that I forgot to draw fight cards for all these fights. There were 3 fights during the last round. 1 versus Jenny, 2 versus Sheriff Anderson here. And I decided to, at least for the last fight, draw a fight card. So I will kind of redo the last fight in that space over here. So let's see what we get. Undead hate the living. Num num. Fight. Play this card to hate a hero, forcing them to reroll any number of their fight dice zombie's choice. I have no recollection whatsoever. So I will simply redo the whole fight. So I will roll all 3 fight dice again, and hopefully I will remember to draw fight cards from this episode onwards. We didn't have a particularly good start, so I'm okay actually cheating here a little bit. So let's simply roll those dice. I could have checked the footage, and yeah, in this case I'm actually okay re-rolling them all. Honestly, I do think it was a lower result here, but again, as I forgot to draw all the other fight cards, I will now consider this a loss, which ultimately means Sheriff Anderson has taken his very first wound. He can take 1 more without being defeated. The 3rd one, we see it here, he's basically dead. And I still haven't decided yet what I will do. There are some more or less official rules in regard to defeated heroes. Let's say a hero would be dead. While we are still in this black space of the soundtrack, we would definitely turn them into a zombie hero, and then we would basically draw again. Everything below, honestly, for me is a little bit foggy, especially in the solo game. There is also a rule: if you are losing your last hero, then you also get to draw a new hero, but this hero is then turned into a zombie hero. As I'm playing alone, does it mean I really have to lose all 4 of those before I get to do that? So a little bit unclear to me. So let's simply hope that I don't die, or any of my heroes is dying in this episode, and you will simply let me know how I should play this. So what should happen if a hero dies in a solo game? Should I redraw another hero, or should they automatically turn into zombie heroes? Basically, should I continue playing with just 3? I'm really not sure about this. But I think those were all of the goofs. Again, I should have drawn 2 more fight cards. Again, will not take it back entirely. We will simply move into the next round. The zombie player will be first as usual. So we are moving the sun track down. So now we are no longer in the black zone of the sun track. And then we are drawing 4 cards for the zombie player. So here we are. Those are the cards. We have 2 shamble cards, so we are moving zombies much faster this round. We have another very similar one to the "my god, they've taken the," now they are coming from them, and it's basically the same thing with a taken over marker. It's slightly different actually than this one here. I just noticed this. I think here we are not actually putting in more zombies. We are creating a new spawning pit. We can still not enter that building though, and this is really getting very problematic. And there was a good comment which I very recently received, which is basically saying that they're also playing solo, and that they also ruled that we are not having more than 3 remains in play cards at the same time. And honestly, I really tend to agree, because otherwise things will be pretty brutal now. We have 2 buildings that are already taken over. We have the heavy rain brain that is already messing with us quite a bit. So I guess we are kind of house ruling that. And maybe I will simply redraw that card, or I will simply say tough luck. I think I will rather redraw this card here. I think having more play, I think we really have to play this a little bit more practical. So let's draw a replacement card for this one, and this is the resilient one. Play this card when a zombie is killed by a gun item to immediately discard that gun. Okay, something to keep in mind. Indeed, that's a pretty bad replacement card, but I'm okay with that. And we already know this one here. I think it didn't trigger last round because it only affects hand weapons, which could, for example, I think the chainsaw, right? Yeah, exactly. It could affect the chainsaw, though we could lose it much easier because of the loss of faith. Okay, those were the cards for this round. We will more or less play these two shamble cards here during the next phase when we are actually moving those zombies. So let's resolve the zombie movement. We are still not rolling for the zombie. We have 12 zombies out. There is an optional rule that there is always be zombies, and in the meantime I really browsed through the rules a little bit, and I think there is a relatively easy way to fix this piece, because there is the always zombies rules, which is adding 2 more difficulty pips for us. In order to counter that for us, we also have the, where is it? Heroes Replenish, which is also 2 pips for our side. So basically we immediately get to play a new hero. So I think that's how I'm playing this. So if someone dies, they will turn into a zombie here and we will immediately be allowed to draw a new hero. I think that really does make sense. But now let's move over to the movement. As for the shambles, I think this will be one of these 3, this here for sure. Because the solo rules mention that we take the zombies that are farthest away from any zombies, and I think right now these are those. Could be wrong, but anyway, I think that's still okay. We will start with this folk. So we will play our first shamble card. We are rolling a die. That's a 4. That's a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we are still here. I think that is still okay. First card is done though. Then we are taking one of those fellas down here. That's a 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have dealt with our 2 shamble cards. I think it wasn't too bad. But then we do the normal movement. This shamble is really instead of. So this is moving here. They are moving down there. Up here, Jenny has to deal. Yeah, that's a problem. The good thing is we don't have another locked door. So by the time we are getting to her turn, she was able to, I don't know, find the key or kick the door open or whatnot. But of course, she still has to fight that zombie. But then she will be able to move out. And I think she has to. Of course, I rolled a 6 last round, which would have been the perfect roll for this round. But yeah, that's life. Last but not least, we are moving this guy and we are moving those guys. So I think Sheriff Anderson also has to move out now this round. He rolled for his pump shotgun the last round. Unfortunately, he was only able to kill one of these guys in here, which is why he has to fight twice. Definitely a problem. And I think we already, yeah, that was the fight card. We can basically get rid of it. And then we are moving into the fight phase. And I will actually decide to start with Sheriff Anderson. He has to fight twice, unfortunately. And these are 2 individual fights. So we will simply start with this fella down here. Now I will remember to draw a fight card. And this is the Smell of Brains. Play this card to let a zombie roll an extra fight dice. It's the smell, it's driving them crazy. If a hero takes a wound as a result of this fight, immediately move all other zombies within 2 spaces. Are you kidding me? Oh, that is truly bad. So not only is he drawing 2 dice now, this zombie, they also win on tie. And we could basically pull both of these guys also into the space. So I guess we can say goodbye to Sheriff Anderson. Yeah, let's see. So let's roll that die. There is one thing which I could consider now actually. We have Farmer Sty with us, which would allow me to prevent any one zombie from moving this turn. So we could have prevented this fella from moving in. The thing now really is, because I have drawn this fight card now, I'm not allowed to take this back. Good thing is still, we can still use Farmer's Die here, add or subtract 1 to any fight dice roll. So that's still helping us if we are kind of lucky in this roll here. So it's 2 versus 2, and again they win on ties. So let's see about that. It's only the first zombie here, by the way, keep that in mind. And I think that this is pretty solid. I take that. So this first sucker, again, it doesn't matter which one it was, has been taken care of, which means we can also discard this fight card here. Unfortunately, we are moving into the second fight we are having, and that's yeah, and the zombie is rolling 2 extra fight dice. Gurgle, gurgle. That's not Tom anymore. It's not even human. Yeah, okay, things are getting worse. Still, we have the farmer with us, so I need another purple die in this case. And again, they win on tie. So these fight cards are pretty nasty, and that you're drawing these cards for every fight is definitely an incredible improvement over what a normal zombie player would be doing. A normal zombie player would have 4 cards at their disposal, and this can be any mixture of these immediately remains in play and fight cards, and it's very unlikely that a zombie player in a given round has all the fight cards that they need. So I think it is challenging. It is definitely challenging. And it doesn't help us. Are you kidding me? Good thing still is so, it doesn't have an effect. Farmer's Die doesn't help us in this case, because lowering this to a 3 or upping this to a 3 doesn't really help us. Oh, that is terrible. So Sheriff Anderson has taken his second wound, but he's still standing, and he's still kind of fended that zombie off. We rolled doubles, by the way. The problem is, in order to kill that zombie, you also have to have the higher roll. So if this would have been 2 5s, then we would have fended the zombie off, and we would have killed that zombie. But for now, we are still standing, and then, yeah, we have still one more fight left, actually. And that is up here. Undead Hate the Living. Play this card. Okay, it's basically the same one we have missed earlier, but the good thing is we are only rolling 1 fight dice for the zombie this round. And again, we still have Farmer's Die. So let's see. Okay, that was definitely successful. Now the zombie player, in this case, I think it's pretty clear. Play this card to hate the hero, forcing them to reroll any number of their fight dice. We will play it as punishing as possible. That's really a bummer. This is a 1, it's my J-Play logo, and this is a 6. So he will ask us to roll that 6 again, actually. So let's see. Double 1. Again, Farmer's Die doesn't help us, which means she's also now taking a wound. And no, there are no other special effects from the zombie cards. But man, this is really brutal. Much more brutal than playing this in multiplayer. I mean, again, I played this game quite a bit, actually. And so far, yeah, I think they're really mopping the floor with me here. But okay, now it is our turn. I will start, I mean, they're both in a pretty bad spot, both Jenny and Sheriff Anderson, that is. I will simply start with Sheriff Anderson because he's in a slightly worse position, dealing with 4 zombies here. So I will roll for his movement, and that's a 5. Okay, a 5 isn't terrible. Can we make it somewhere? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can make it to that house, and I think that's what we need to do. We are on a spawning pit, but I think that is okay. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think let's stay in here. We can't search. We can't shoot. That's the bummer. In theory, we can shoot out of this space, but our line of sight basically ends at this wall here. Even if there would have been a door, for example, it's still considered to be blocking line of sight. There's nothing else that he can do right now. No. So let's do the same for Jenny. We will roll her movement die. Also a 5. Question is, should we now keep them together? I believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, we can make it in there. So we can search twice in theory. I think that's what we need to do for the next round. 1, 2, 3, 4. and 5. They're both on the spawning point, but again, right now there are still 12 zombies on the board, which means we can't add any more. There is also an optional which allows you to always add zombies up to the maximum of 14. That is, you're no longer rolling, but we are not playing with that optional because it's definitely giving the zombie player much more advantages, and I didn't find anything right now which I would have taken to rebalance that. Then we are moving over to Billy and Amanda, the prom queen. If we don't move them, they will have to fight basically 2 times each next round, at least 2 times each next round. Looking at the equipment that Billy is carrying here, the garden shears would give him an extra bonus here, and on a 6 he would even kill the zombie. On top of this, we have Amanda, who is so beautiful that any male hero in the same space as her may roll an extra fight die. So he would roll 4 dice alone. The problem is she also would have to fight 2 zombies the next round, because you have to distribute the fights as evenly as possible, at least during the zombie turn. But I still think we need to search. I have to take the risk here. So let's start with Billy. Actually, he gets a +1 on his die. He's not affected by the rain because he's indoor. What's the search thing here? Pick up, reveal the top hero cards and take first event, shuffle back the rest. I don't know that I need it. We really need the search items here. All right, so that's a 4, which would be a 5 for him, which also would mean he could go for, I think it was a unique item in the library. Okay, that's now really the intriguing piece. So we have the unique item. I didn't check this one, or we have the normal hero card here. This gives us a good chance on finding the stuff we need, either gasoline or the keys. This could give us maybe a ranged weapon, for example, to maybe deal with one of those guys, and then the next round might not be that bad. And I think I will actually do that. The game is still relatively early, actually, so I will not go for the hero card. Again, I haven't really looked at that. We are going for the unique item, which we have found in the library, and it's an audio cassette, and I think this could be bad because it's not a ranged weapon or so. Audio cassette. This recording bears witness to the exorcism of Janice Blaine. Okay, let's see. The hero may use this item at any time to cancel any zombie card. Ooh. After each use, roll a d6. On the roll of 1 or 2, this item breaks. On the roll of 5 or 6, the hero takes a wound. I don't think we need to play it right now, but we could, for example, get rid of a very nasty fight card. Or we could, I think that's a good one, but for now I will not use it, because taking a wound before we are running into this fight could be pretty bad. It's his 4th item, by the way. Keep in mind, he is currently carrying basically a 2-handed weapon here, right? Double-handed weapon and the flashlight, and this counts as 2 items. So I think we can hand it over to Amanda right away. She only has 2 items so far, or with this is the 2nd item. So I think, and again, we can use them basically. It's like a normal event in the end. But that's the end of his turn, unfortunately. And yeah, then it's Amanda. We will also roll for her fight. That's a 3, so she has to take the card that we didn't want to draw last round, and it is a signal flare. With a range of 4, you may target 1 zombie within range. Roll a d6. The zombie is killed on the roll of 2 plus discard when fired. Honestly, I think this is the one that we needed, actually. And we could get the signal flare back if we cancel the taken over card here. And we have now a way to cancel that zombie card. And if that signal flare would then be in the discard pile after we have used it, we could basically pick it up again. Okay, I think I like my odds here. And in this case, she wants to use it right away. Yeah, it's discards when fired. That's a 1-shot item, range of 4, but we can't hit them here. No, we can't. Only, I think here really only if we would be here, we would be able to see through this door. But in this case, it doesn't really matter. We are shooting at one of those guys. D6. That's a 5. 5 is definitely higher than a 2. So we are taking care of one of those zombies. So now we have only quote-unquote 11 zombies on the board. But the next round, this fight here could be a little bit better, at least for Billy. Okay, this goes to the discard pile. I really need to remember that if we ever remove the taken over from the airplane hangar, that is. But that's basically the end of our round. It's a ranged weapon, right? It counts normal as a ranged weapon. Yeah, it was. Okay, that was legal to play. But that's actually the end of our round. We didn't need to worry about the resilient card here, because yeah, we used the gun item, but it was discarded anyway. And the loss of faith also doesn't kick in. No, I think that was okay. So hopefully I didn't mess things up anymore. Then we are moving into the next round. We will draw 4 zombie cards. And again, we have more of these remains in play cards here. This one here, Haunted by the Past, may not be the end of the world, but I don't think I get to choose, right? Just to say, hey, it's cool, I will hold on to this. I think I will have to adhere to my own house rule here that we will not have more than 3 of these remains in play cards in place. So we are basically discarding those 2. We will draw replacement cards for those though. Maybe I shouldn't even do that. Loner, same thing. Also remains in play, and this is that. Let's have a check up. And honestly, as we now have also redrawn another remains in play, I will not even redraw that one. I think we are already in a very tough spot, so I will stop here. You can disagree with me all you want, but it's my game. And I really feel it's already pretty bad. We already know the shamble here. It's stuck. Play when a hero uses a hand weapons combat bonus in a fight. Roll a d6 on a roll of 4+. After the combat bonus of this taken into account, the hero must discard the item. Leave it. Yeah, that's bad. It's relatively similar to the other one, so but we will have to hold on to this. And here we have the Tide of the Dead. Sacrifice. The zombie player must discard a total of 2 cards from hand. Oh, wait a second. I have to check the solo rules on that card. Actually, and all zombies may move 2 spaces this turn. Zombie heroes move these 6 spaces instead of their normal move. Okay, wow. But this would mean we are basically discarding these 2 cards then, right? And indeed, that is the case. Normally we would shuffle them, but in this case we will simply discard those guys. No, I think that was pretty good. We still have to deal with the Tide of the Dead, which means they're moving 2 spaces, which is, I guess, okay, actually, which is okay. Let's leave it here because we will use it in a minute. We will have to roll the zombie dice though. And on 12, right, we are spawning, oh, close, but not close enough. So we are not spawning any more zombies this round. So we have to roll higher than the amount of zombies that are currently on the board. But again, we are still at 11. And then we are actually moving those guys. So here it's clear, This guy is moving 1 space up. Not sure what happened here with the board. These guys will, I think we can move them here and here. No, they move twice. Ah, that's really a bummer. That is a problem, of course. 1, 2, 1, 2. So here we really see a full force. The good thing is we still have the pump shotgun, so Sheriff Anderson really has to use it this round and really hope for something good. We will see some fights. We can get rid of this card here as well, actually. And down here we have basically 3 separate fights, but we get to choose who is fighting 2. And yeah, of course we have to go with Billy, who has to fight twice, and Amanda has to only fight once in this case. So let's start with Amanda. That's the easier one, I guess. On the other hand, if she, for whatever reason, takes 2 wounds now, she would be dead, and then he would no longer get her bonus. So no, we will start with Billy. Let's game this game a little bit. So the first fight, we will have to draw the next first fight card for this. It's the Erg, which means one of these zombies is now rolling 2 additional fight dice, but keep in mind we still have our garden shears and we will use them. 1 extra fight dice plus an extra fight die from Billy. So Billy is rolling 4 and here we are rolling 3 dice. Okay, don't really like my odds here. So what did I say? 4 dice for me and 3 dice for the zombie player. Exactly. Let's see. Okay, that is fine. I have rolled a 6, which means the garden shears will kick in right off the bat. If the roll's a 6, the zombie is immediately dead. So it's getting more likely more zombies are getting respawned, but at least we're getting some room back. So I think that was quite okay actually. Let's go into the second fight for Billy. And this is another erg, so I think the same rules actually apply. So 4 dice for me, 3 dice for the zombie player. And ooh, that was pretty bad. And I think, do I want to take a wound? I think I'm okay. I think I'm actually okay. On the other hand, if I would now use Farmer's Die, we would increase it to a 6, and a 6 instantly killed. But I think we are okay. Let's not do that. We will take the wound with Billy, but we should be quite okay actually to heal him. Okay, and one thing I didn't think through though. Maybe let's see about that. And then Amanda still has to fight, but she's using her hide ability, may cancel any fight she is in on the roll of 4+ before fight dice are being rolled. So yeah, let's totally do that and hope for something good. No, that's not a 4+, that's not good enough. So she has to fight. So she's rolling 2 normal dice. Here we have 1 die for the zombie. Here we will still draw a fight card. Really having a fight card for each of these fights, that is too tough. Undate. Okay, it's basically the reroll again. Let's see. Okay, 6 and 5. Yeah, they will any fight dice, right? Reroll any number of their fight dice. Yeah, indeed. So we will ask them to roll them both in this case. Still good enough. We are not killing that zombie, but at least we are still very much alive. Okay. That wasn't too terrible. Right, we are not spawning anything. These were all the fights, so we are moving into the heroes' turns. And I guess we will start with Sheriff Anderson. So we will roll for his movement. And that's a 5. So he could go for a unique weapon, but because he's already pretty equipped actually with guns and whatnot, he is not doing that. He will simply search a normal card. Again, we need to also progress in our scenario. So we are not moving out of this space. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's another signal flare. Yeah, he can still hold it, but we can only shoot 1 ranged weapon per round. But still, we may want to hold on to this. I mean, why not? Then he will be using his pump shotgun with a range of 2. We have a range of 1 here, so that is not a concern. And again, this says roll a d6 for each zombie in that space. Obviously, we are choosing this space, so we are rolling 4 dice in this case, and on a 3+. Okay, that's 3 dead zombies. I totally take that, but next round we will definitely spawn some more. That is already clear. Then, unfortunately, we have to roll for the discard here. That's a 4. We can still hold on to the pump shotgun. That is so amazing. And then I guess we are handing over the revolver now to Jenny, who takes her turn next. Okay, that was finally a good round for Sheriff Anderson. Not too bad. But then I guess let's continue with her. I think I really need to know what is happening actually. So let's roll for her movement. That's a 1. Doesn't really matter. Again, my little JPlay logo is the 1. I think the zombie should be here actually. We are drawing a normal heroes card, and that's the lucky find. Play on any hero when they are about to search. Instead, that hero may draw 2 unique items and choose 1 to keep. Or the hero may draw 2 hero cards for this search and keep both. Okay, that is actually pretty nice. Okay. Good stuff. And we still have the other 2 to do stuff. Okay, that was pretty helpful actually. Then she will be using her revolver to shoot that fella here. And again, the revolver hits on a 4+, only a 4+. But okay, let's do that anyway. And that's a 2, I think a 2. No, only on a 1. the revolver is out of ammo, but we didn't get rid of that zombie here. I still think that this is okay, but yeah, let's see about that. Down here I was originally thinking about leaving them both here and do stuff, search stuff, but I think I have to move them out somewhere. I think I have to move them over here because he could really die. If he wouldn't be wounded, I might have considered to leave them there in order to fight them both, but I think with one wound already he could be dead basically any round now. So let's start with Amanda again. So I want her to move first, and that's a 3. She doesn't get any bonuses whatsoever, so she's moving 1, 2 and 3. So she can definitely move diagonally over here, basically straight through the door and then diagonally over there. And then we do the same for Billy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, that doesn't really matter because I was just looking at Doc Brody's medical bag, which says at the end of the hero turn, but this is not her turn. It's really when everyone has moved, then we are checking if there is another player in that space. So we will be using Doc Brody's medical bag here. May heal 1 wound from another hero in the same space. Nice. So I think this was quite an okay round actually. Yeah, not too bad. Let's do one more round this video. So we are moving the soundtrack down. We will draw 4 cards. Let's see, knocked away, another 2 remains in play. I think again, if this would be another taken over mark, we would have 4 buildings that would have been taken over, so we wouldn't have done anything. So I know these need to go. We know the drill. I only redraw once, and I think that's also an okay rule. So here we have there's too many. I think that is okay. And we have the Shamble again. Shamble is, I think, by far the most seen card in the whole zombie deck. Play at the start of the hero turn. No, we are not in the hero turn. If a hero would be moved, play this card at the end of the zombie turn to spawn d6 new zombies. You may remove them from anywhere on the board if they're not enough out of play. Okay, that is something to consider. But now we do have to roll for the zombie player 2 dice. And okay, how many zombies do we have? I think only 7 that are left. So if you roll an 8 or higher, that's already a 5. We will redraw this one, and that's an 8. And again, we 8 or higher. So we will spawn new zombies, but we will spawn those zombies at the end of this basically zombie turn. That's more or less the last thing that we will do, but we will also play this card here. So it's very likely that we are adding all the remaining zombies back onto the board actually. Wow. This is going to be brutal, and we still have the Shamble here to move a zombie. And again, we are playing this on the zombie that is farthest away, and I think it's either this fella or one of those fellas there. In this case, I will simply roll a die. 1, 2, 3 is one of those. 4 to 6 is someone down here, and that's 5. So basically, we are moving this fella now d6 spaces. Exactly. Okay, I could have left the dice tower in here, and that's a 3. 1, 2 and 3. Oh, look who is here. But I get to pick the fights. That's at least something. But the Shamble is gone. That's already taken care of. Something we need to remember. I will place the card next to the zombies up there so that I hopefully don't forget it. And what is the knocked away here? If a hero would be wounded in a fight, you may instead choose one item that the hero has to discard, except the scenario search item. You dirty zombie. Let's see if there is anything mentioned in the solo rules. And indeed, it's weapons first, so we will definitely play that card for sure. I mean, getting rid of weapons is definitely a huge thing. Okay, I still should move the other zombies, so though they will move all 1. This is moving here, 1 and 1. We still have the pump shotgun, so we still have some choices here actually. We still have some choices. We have 2 fights in the end. We still have 2 fights, and both up here could now actually die. And we get to choose who is first. I think Jenny actually has the best chances because of her chainsaw. Yeah, let's start with a fight up there, and we will fight against Jenny actually. Ladies first, I guess. Let's see. Feels no pain. Play this card to let the zombie reroll any number of its fight dice, or play to prevent a zombie from being instantly killed. I think we still need to roll first, right? In this case, yeah, I think we get to roll and then we need to make a judgment call. Again, Jenny is using her trusted chainsaw, which she could lose. No, if she loses the fight, then she's also losing that item. Okay, that's definitely kind of a bummer. So let's try to not lose this fight. So let's see, that's the dice tower. Again, they're not rolling any more dice, right? Hero rolls an extra. Okay, she's rolling 3 dice and the zombie is rolling this, and okay, yeah, in this case okay, I think we have to see what happens first after this roll. So which means we could now either say we are rolling that die again, right, to hope for a 6, because then it would be tied and then it would be winning, so we would kill, or we could simply say no, we will suck it up and we'll say the zombie is not instantly killed, which this one, the chainsaw, would say. And the rules are quite pragmatic. On a roll of a 1 to 3, we are doing the upper one. On the roll of 4 to 6, we are doing the lower one. And that is pretty easy. It's basically the lower one, so we are not instantly killing that zombie. We didn't roll any doubles, so this zombie is simply fended off, but at least we didn't lose our chainsaw. And we are still very much alive. Oh, I really so love this game. Then it's this fight down here. Again, I will go with Billy, who is now no longer wounded. And he's using his garden shears, which again gives him a +1. He gets an extra +1 because she's together with Amanda. Problem is, I just had a more closer look on let's split it up. That's always a good idea. Here on this card says something differently. So ultimately we are rolling 4 dice for us and currently 1 die for the zombie. Let's see what 5 card we are drawing though, and that's Scratch and Claw. Play this card to let the zombie roll an extra fight dice for each zombie in its base, including itself. So it's only a 1. Okay, we were kind of lucky in that instant. This could have really happened much sooner. When they were really, I think when they had to deal with 3 zombies, then this would have been a very nasty card in case. So let's roll that die. Here's the 6. This zombie is instantly killed. We no longer have this 1 card. So that was an amazing roll, Billy. I really appreciate the effort here. So nicely done. And I think those were all of our fights. But then we are spawning more zombies. Play this card at the end of the zombie turn to spawn d6 more zombies. Okay, let's start do the normal spawning here. We do that anyway, right? We're rolling a d6. And that's 4 more zombies that come out just because of the normal spawning rules. I get to choose and I think now I have to really follow through the solo rules actually. So let's have a closer look in here. We will start with a spawn on the board selection highest on the following priority list. Most heroes, I think this is tight, and we go down fused total hero wounds remaining. And I think that is clearly the space of Sheriff Anderson, right? And then to determine what type of zombie is spawned, start by rolling a d6. 1 is a d6 standard zombie, special zombie, and special zombie is something that we are drawing down here. And I think here I will simply go with, oh interesting, a standard zombie, crave dead, or a crave weapons if eligible zombies are on the board, otherwise reroll. So I think we will not play with the feral dead, so this is something which I have to, I think, simply reroll. Or so I will reroll the 11 to 12, even though I might have whatever scramble with the odds. I also don't have the zombie behemoth here, which I will also then reroll simply. And I think we do that for each individual zombie actually, right? So let's start with the first guy here. We are rolling the zombie die for that, and that's a 1, and I think a 1 is a standard zombie. And the standard zombie, I think, simply goes into the space of the sheriff. Okay, then we have the second zombie. We will roll that die too. That's a 2, 1 special. Oh no, with the rest being regular zombies. Okay, this is what I don't understand. The 2 to 3 I don't get. 1 special zombie with the rest being regular zombies. Okay, I think this means now this will be a special zombies and all the others will be standard zombies. Okay, I got it. I think I got it. So what kind of special zombies are we getting here? So we are rolling now 2 dice, and that's only a 4 and a 4. Are you kidding me? It's standard zombies. These are all standard zombies. I was incredibly lucky here. Woohoo! Wow! But still, we are placing one more fella here. We already placed one here. The next one goes in here. And then we go clockwise, basically around the board, which means one is going here. The other one is going there. Unfortunately, it's still not it because there is too much. We will never make it through. So unfortunately, we have to roll again. It's one die, right? Yeah, 1d6 and that's a 6. So basically all remaining 4 folks are coming out. And it's still a spawning. We have to go through the same spawning rules. So let's see where they start. I think it's still fewest total hero wounds remaining. I think this is a separate spawning. So I basically start with bringing them out as evenly as possible again, right? Okay, then let's roll that die, and that's a 5, and a 5 is 2 special zombies. Roll once on the special spawning table for which special type to spawn. So we have 2 special zombies, and this is really weird. Why? But I think the rest is still standard zombies, right? This table honestly should simply say, on a 1, everyone is standard zombies. On a 2 to 3, 1 special zombies, the rest is things. And then 2 special zombies and the rest. That's at least how I will play it now. I might be terribly wrong, but these are basically standard ones and these will be special zombies. We have to keep rolling now for those special zombies. And I think we do that basically for each zombie individual. So we start with that. That's an 8. 8 is a grave weapon. Okay, we are seeing our first grave weapon of the game, and that's the recently dead, which says the zombie may move d3 plus 1 spaces instead of their normal move. Yeah, that's really, these are moving much quicker. They can still take only 1 wound, but yeah, they're moving much quicker. Similar to the zombie heroes, by the way. And I believe there is no special miniature actually for the recently dead, so I will use this marker here. So we have 1 out. And then we roll for the second zombie. That's a 6 and a 6. Come on, where's my paperwork here? Is a grave dead, which I think also I need to roll now. On this table, I think I should have rolled that at the start of the scenario, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. So yeah, a lot of die rolls in this game, and that's a 4, which is Ravenous. Grave dead rolls an extra fight dice. Okay, that's something I need to remember. Where are my grave dads? There they are. They are pretty red. So we're replacing this fella with this fella. It still counts as a normal zombie in respect to how many zombies are on the board and whatnot, even though we are placing the miniature. But yeah, from now on they are rolling 1 extra fight dice, which I think is kind of okay actually. Okay, things were looking kind of okay actually, and now they are not. Yeah, but that's the game, right? So I need to start to think about who should be moving first. I have the let's split it up, which says play at the start of a hero turn. Until the end of that turn, any hero that ends their move action in the same space or building as another hero immediately takes a wound. Play at the start of a hero turn. I think that this is quite okay actually, because we can heal. No, I think that is totally fine. We will start with these folks, so the zombie player will play this card, which again ultimately means some of them will take a wound, and I think most likely Billy takes a wound. Any hero that ends their move action. Okay, this could be 2 wounds, but I still think that is okay. I think it is okay. We will play it here. We will go with them first. So basically they will take 1 wound each. We can heal 1. Let's gamble here. I still think that this is okay. Up here, this is certainly problematic because of the spawning point, right? So originally this was a good place to be, but I think I have to leave the premises now. So I guess I will. No, I will not, because I will find stuff here, right? No. I already said I started here, right? Exactly. So I will start with, does it matter? I don't know. I will start with Amanda. So let's roll her movement die. And that's a 5. Okay. And now we could, that's now a thing. We could now say we will go for the lucky find. May draw 2 hero cards for the search and keep both. Play when they are about to search. And I think she is about to search. Let's play the lucky find for sure. which means she's now drawing. I think we are drawing 2 hero cards. We need to make some progress here and see what we get. So this is then basically taken care of, right? So we have the fire extinguisher and get back, you devils, which is a nice one. Play to kill any zombie beaten in a fight. So we could get rid of even, I think this also counts for the grave weapon, folks. Okay, that is nice. And here we have the fire extinguisher. Discard to immediately cancel a fight involving the hero. Woo! Or discard at any time, except during fight, to move every zombie adjacent to and in the same space as the hero, 1 space each in any direction. Hero's choice. Wait a second, let me read that again. Discard at any time to move every zombie adjacent to and in the same space as the hero, 1 space each in any direction. Wow, this could be huge when playing this over there. So we would move this fella out, these would all move out, and we get to choose. Okay, that is so nice. Really nice finds there, Amanda. Play at the start of a hero turn. Until the end of the turn, any hero that ends their move action in the same space. No, I think this counts for all. So we have to move 1 because then they would die. Okay, it's nasty. It's getting nasty. But still, I am okay with that. I still think I am okay with that. So we are doing that, and which means Amanda simply takes a wound because she's in the same building as someone else. But I still think we have dealt with that well enough. Then let's do Billy. We could move him out, but for now I want to keep them together, right? They're a good team so far. That's a 4, which could be a 5. It would be another unique weapon. But again, we need to make progress on our search deck. So we will draw another hero card. We have found the gasoline. Oh, that is so huge. And he can carry it, no problems. That is nice. He also has to take a wound though now, because again, he's in the same space. But we could fuel the truck. Whew. Okay, this was certainly worth it. Nicely done. And then we are basically moving over to some of the other folks up north. So we will play the fire extinguisher now from a man. Again, we can do that from anywhere. Discard at any time to move every zombie adjacent to and in the same space as the hero. Oh no, I think this is the hero, right? Yeah, it's not an event. Ah, okay, I missed that piece. It's an item, of course, it's an item. So I can't use it up there. So maybe in this case, allow me this 1 mulligan. I think I will play the fire. Will we, actually? Will we do that? Because next round, we will have to fight otherwise. No, let's not do that. So we will play that to basically move these fellas 1 space any direction, right? So we will push them back. But this item is then also discarded. It's not an event. That's why I can't play it on the guys up north. All the more reason now to do a lot of movement now. It doesn't matter who we start with, I believe. So let's simply start with Genia. Why not? Let's roll for her movement. And okay, 5 is good. 5 is really good. And again, we can move out of this space. All the fights already happened. Only if we end our movement now in the hero turn, we would then take something. 1, 2, 3, 4. So she's moving definitely into the police station. She's not taking a wound if we are not moving anyone else in there. Question is, what are we going to do with Anderson? Yeah, no, let's not do that. That is fine. Let's roll for him. Her turn is basically over. That's also a 5. Okay, I take that. That is not terrible. 1, 2. We have to stop right if we're moving into a space with zombies. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this doesn't help. 3, 4, 5. We could move in here. Let's move him down here. These spaces are extra large, so we are really doing a lot of distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Because we didn't start our turn in a rain, we get to take our full movement action. Okay, that was actually quite okay. This turned out to be really okay. So the situation is as follows. We can now discard the let's split it up. One thing I almost forgot, because they are still together down here. which would allow Billy to heal one of his wounds. I think this was really necessary. But again, the next round will be interesting. We will move Billy in that space. There he has to survive basically one complete round. He has to forfeit his entirety of the turn to use the gasoline to fuel the truck, and then someone else still need to find the keys. But at least we have made some progress so far. I really like that, and I really like the tension, and sorry for all the goofs, sorry for all the things I keep missing, but there's a lot going on in this game in respect to keywords, special ability, +1 here, -1 there, the solo rules, which are again not official, and overall things are a little bit foggy every now and then. But I really do think we should be okay. I think no one was wounded, so we can also discard the knocked away card here. I like that a lot. And for today, I think I will end my playthrough. Definitely let me know if I missed something. Let me know if I should play something differently. Give me some advice what I should be doing next. That's really very well appreciated. And yeah, I really hope you are enjoying this playthrough so far. I'm really having a blast here. And before I forget, huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members out there. Again, you guys are amazing. And if you want to support my little show here, you can support me on Patreon. So there's a link to my page there. You can join me here on YouTube. There is the thanks button below the video. Like and subscribe, leave a comment. Everything helps. And yeah, with that being said, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye-bye.